Well, look at us go. We're already on objective number 3, formatting paragraphs and borders in a table. So you can think of a table as having two parts, the table structure and the contents. Think about it like a house. You have the structure of the house, and then you have the contents of the house. You can renovate, you can redecorate, you can move things around, you can add rows, add columns, you can add floors, you can add ceilings, you can add rooms, and heck, you could even demolish the whole darn house if you wanted to. So maybe that's not a great analogy. But anyways, so yeah, we can think of a table as having two parts, the structure and the content. The content of your table can include both graphics and text that you put in the table. Formatting the table structure includes the columns with cell margins, autofit, and other stuff. In a table, you can add borders, entire table to a paragraph within the table, or on an individual cell in the table. Commands to format the borders are in the borders group. What are the odds on that? In the table design tab, and to customize borders in a table, we use the borders and shading dialog box. That being said, onward and upward, activity 2.08, setting tabs in a table. With the merged cells still selected, in the Home tab, Paragraph Group, Dialog Box Launcher, Paragraph, Dialog Box. Let's go do that, shall we? That's quite the mouthful, guys. Okay. We're going to go to Home tab. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to go to the Home tab. We're going to go to the Paragraph Group. Then we're going to go to our dialog box launcher and display the paragraph dialog box. I'm going to go to the bottom left hand corner. Yesterday I showed you the other way of inserting tabs, and it was right in here. So index and spacing tab. Let's go do it. Okay. Home, paragraph, dialog box launcher. Bottom left hand corner, in the indents and tabs, indents and spacing tab, we're going to go down to the button on the bottom left hand corner called tabs. Now remember, we saw that last night when we were dealing with the dot leaders. We changed the number from 4 to 6. We did the alignment, all that stuff exactly the same. So now we're here. What do we do? So under the tab stop, we're going to type in 6.5. The alignment is going to write and set and is okay. So we're only going to be doing one action there, and the tab stop is going to be 6.5. What kind of tab is it going to be? It's going to be a right tab. Is there anything else? Doesn't make a difference. I'm going to do a set. Do I need to add anything else? No, I don't. So I can just go okay. So now there has been a tab set just over here. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Number 4, we're going to type in Moro del Olmo. Then we're going to press Control and Tab. Why do we need to press Control and Tab? Well, first of all, let's get Buddy in there. Monroe del Olmo. And here's the thing. Do you remember what we've been doing from cell to cell to cell to cell to move around? We've been pressing the Tab key. So to be able to activate Tab action is Control plus a letter Tab. So, Control plus Tab. There is no letter Tab. I'm inventing things here, guys. Just willy-nilly. And I'm assuming, Ahmed, it's going to be Command plus Tab. I don't know. And we're going to type in the phone number. And we're going to press Enter to create a new line. Once you've done this a couple of times, it's actually not as bad. So there's the phone number. And it goes nicely to the right-hand side. And it's a neat way to kind of align stuff on the left and the right. It's one of the methods of doing it. Press the Enter key. And that brings down to the second line of text in our table. Then, on the second line, we're going to type in 2123 West Lake Street, Alexandra, VA2214, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to, whoopsie, select copy. We're going to type it in. We're going to paste it. Then we're going to press Control plus Tab because we want to, again, go to the 6.5 tab stop. And if you forget, just come back and remember and just do it again. You'll remember. Okay. And yep. And then the next thing we want to do is type in exactly the way it looks. One row and enter. Okay. And you notice it's not a hyperlink yet. If I press the enter key, yes, as soon as you either press tab, space, or enter, you make the text go or goes into becoming a hyperlink and has the color. It has the link. If we were to click on it, we'd be able to send an email. Not sure if we want to keep it in this format. We're going to find out in a minute. Okay. Then we're going to do Control Tab again. I'm going to type in LinkedIn Monroe Del Olmo. And again, this part's not difficult, just fiddly. Okay. Oh, no. See what happens? I pressed the wrong thing. Okay. Make sure I'm doing this right. Even though I'm making a mistake here, I'm still going to keep going through it. And enter. Once we press enter, we're going to press Control Tab again because we want our LinkedIn to appear below our email address. So Control plus the letter tab. I have no idea what the letter tab looks like. I don't know. And we're just going to type in the LinkedIn information. Now, we want to have a lowercase l or maybe an uppercase L. It's in and Monroe Del Olmo. Oh my gosh, I'm doing really well today. Okay. And so far, so good. Now they're saying yes, but we don't want the email address to look like an email address. We want it to look like all the other text. Also, we don't want it to have this properties of an email. So what we're going to do is remove the hyperlink so it becomes nothing but text. We're also going to change the lowercase l for LinkedIn. So if it's uppercase, we're going to replace it with lowercase. That part always confuses me. So right mouse click on Monroe. Remove hyperlink. Okay. And if we're not too sure about what it's going to look like, ooh, this is not the same. Go over here. What does it look like? Lowercase l, looking good. In fact, I'm ahead of the game because I've made it look like this. So what they want to do is make sure it's not a capital L because every time you start typing something, it always starts off with a capital. So linkedin.com/in/Monroe Del Olmo. Oh, good Lord. Del Olmo. I'm terrible. So there's that. And by default, when typing, Word considers your typing to be a sentence, exactly what I said, and therefore Word will automatically capitalize the first word. There is an option to turn off the capitalized first letter behavior in Word options. We're not going to do it. We're just going to go back in there and fix it. But because I copied and pasted it, that's why I didn't run into that problem. So that's 7, 8, and 9. And Mac, oh, apparently for you, Mac, you can use the Control plus click for a shortcut menu. That I did not know. Do good old fashioned save. Have a look at ours. Ours looks perfect. Theirs looks perfect. And scroll down to activity 2.09, using spacing after in a table. Cool. So in the first row of the table, select the name Monroe Del Alma. I'm going to apply bold and change the font size to 16. Interesting. Couple of things. You notice they didn't tell you how to do it. They just said go do it. So bold and 16. Okay. Click anywhere in the third line of text which contains the linked-in information. On the left-hand side of the text ribbon, click the Layout tab, Paragraph Group, Spacing After, and you want to have 18 points because you want to still have that buffer or boundary around each of the cells so you can see everything clearly. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go back to LinkedIn. Then we're going to go Layout tab, Paragraph Group. Is it going to be before or after? It's going to be after. You're going to go up once for 6, up twice for 12, and up a third time for 18. All right, that seems a lot, but what do I know? Nope, it looks exactly like it should do. And this action separates the personal information from the body of the resume and adds focus to the personal information. Good. So, full alternative. So by using the technique you just practiced, in the second column, click the last link of every cell and add 18-point spacing after. Okay. So what we're going to do is go to Organization as Customers, Layout tab, Paragraph Group, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go to Fluency in Spoken and Written Spanish, Layout tab, Paragraph Group, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go down to Set up Computer Lab Assignments for Students, Layout tab, Paragraph Group after, 1, 2, and 3. Almost done, guys. Associate of Science, Layout tab, Paragraph Group. You got it. 1, 2, and 3. Last but not least, Volunteer, Layout tab, Paragraph Group, and up, up, and up. Still fitting on one page. Looking good. Okay. And later we're going to add a border to the bottom of the table, so spacing is needed between the last row and the border. Okay. So in the second row, point to the word objective. That's 4 and 5. Hold down the left mouse button and drag it all the way down to select the headings. So basically you're going to highlight everything from objective all the way down. And then all we're going to do at this point is bold it. Okay. Also, we want to make sure we only highlight the text. So I guess, it really doesn't matter. Highlight, 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 and highlight. So only this column. And I'm going to press Control plus the letter B. That way I've bolded it. So we selected only the one column. In the cell to the right of professional experience, this is instruction number 6. Without selecting the following comma, select web developer and apply bold. Okay. Not difficult, just fiddly. So professional experience, web developer, and bold. Web developer. not to the comma. So you're going to go from the right to the left, and I'm going to press Control B. I wonder if we're going to do the same for College Assistant and CIS Lab Tutor. Let's go find out. In the same cell, apply bold to the other two job titles, College Assistant and the Lab Tutor. Would this be a time I'd use the Format Painter? Probably not. I'm going to go between the T and the comma. Nope. See, you got to be fiddly. You got to take your time with this. Control B. And then CIS Lab Tutor. So I'm putting my insertion point between the comma and the R, dragging from the right to the left, and Control B. Why did I use my keyboard? Because it would have had to mean that I had to change from layout to home and that. I was just being efficient. Haha. Yeah, I was being efficient. So we've done 6 and 7. To the right, cell to the right of education, apply bold to the University of Maryland, College Park, MD, and capital cities. Let's do University of Maryland first. So University of Maryland, Control B. Okay. MD in capital cities. Okay, what was that again? Okay. Web develop, yep and yep. Now we've selected it to the College Park MD. So, oh no, I made a mistake. I need to add a bit more. So I'm going to undo, and then I'm going to do it again from right to left, Control B. And then we're going to do the same thing for capital cities, Community College, Alexandria, VA. So it doesn't matter if I make a mistake. I just undid it and did it again. All is not lost. I'm going to save it because I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to tell me to do that again. So in the same cell, click anywhere in the line beginning with bachelor, then the paragraph group, spacing after 12. So in the same cell, click anywhere in the line beginning with bachelor. Yes. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to paragraph group, spacing after and 12. All right. Layout tab, paragraph group, spacing after is 1, 2. That makes the education much easier to see. And it looks terrific. In the cell to the right of professional experience under web developer, click anywhere in the third bulleted item and add 12 points after. Okay. So in the cell to the right of professional, there we go. Then web developer, we go 1 bullet, 2 bullets, and 3 bullets. So yeah, it's pretty obvious. We're going to have to do something here. So we're going to do layout tab, paragraph group, after 1, 2. And what do you think the odds are? We're going to do the same thing we developed. Okay. And under College Assistant, the second bulleted item. Sometimes I scratch my head, not quite sure what this book means. So, layout tab, paragraph group, after 1, 2. And again, it looks much, much, much better. Really beginning to like this. Okay. And that is number 10. Then I'm going to save it And then we're going to start modifying our table border. Apparently I got a comment. Oh, we're going to start here tomorrow. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to keep going, guys. So I'm going to do save. And we're going to go on. When you create a table, all the cells have a black half point single line solid line border that prints unless you remove them. Most resumes do not display any cell borders, so a stylized border at the top and the bottom of the resume. However, it is attractive and adds a professional look to the document. So we're going to scroll to view the top margin area above the table. Click anywhere in the top row of the table, and in the upper left-hand corner, there's this table move handle. On the right-hand end of the ribbon, we're going to click on the Active Layout tab, Table Group, and select. Let's see if we can make sense of the puppy. What the heck did they call it? Yeah, I've always called it a table handle or table selector, but they call it table move handle. So we're going to go to the top margin area above the table. Click anywhere in the top row of the table. In the upper left-hand corner of the table, notice this thing, which indicates that the table is active. The right end of the ribbon, Layout tab, Table Group, select and select Table. Now, all right, that's what they want. That's what they're going to get. The top left, like so, is a table selector. We could have clicked on it. It does this. But far be it from them to make my life that easy. So then we're going to go to Layout. And we're going to go to Select. We've got Select Cell, Column, Row, or Table. So we can pretty much select anything we like. And we're going to select the table. So top left-hand corner, Table Group in the Table Layout Design, Table Layout tab. Then we're going to go up to the Select and select the table. Yep, exactly the same. That's 1 and 2, and shaded row area markers indicate the entire row is selected. And you can click on the move handle to select the table. Yeah, apparently I'm very amused by this. In the ribbon, on the ribbon, click on the Table Design tab, Borders Group, Borders button, and No Border. All right. Okay. Table Design, Borders Group, Borders button arrow. This should be my Borders button arrow. We're going to scroll down and we see No Border. And probably somebody's going, yeah, but it doesn't look much in the way of different yet. Okay. And so the black border no longer displays. So we're going to click on the border button again. At the bottom of the menu, we're going to go to View Grid Lines to see the grid lines of your table. Compare my screen with theirs. Nothing really to write home about, but we'll have a look at it. Okay. Borders button again. View grid lines. And there's actually a couple of places to do this. So borders, view grid lines is going to be down there. And now you see no grid lines. Not only do you not see the border, you now no longer see the grid lines. If you would turn it on again, you'd see your grid lines. And if you don't see them, I'm guessing I'm going to have to turn them back on again. So table design, borders, borders, and view grid lines. You can see them again. If you were to look very closely, you'd see there are a bunch of little tiny dots or dashes, and they behave very much like any other object or shape or whatever. Okay, all right, we can do that. Borders again. View grid lines to cancel display of grid. I have no idea. Am I supposed to turn them on or turn them off? I don't have the foggiest idea, but we'll have a go at it. So, border and view. Okie dokie. Then we're going to go to Control P, which is the keyboard shortcut for to view the print preview. And they're going to notice that no borders display in the preview and back button. All right, Control plus the letter P. And you can see there's absolutely nothing there. There's a little arrow here, and I know there's a little box down here, so I simply cannot get to that. How do they want me to go back? The back arrow is this little circle with the arrow. That's what I thought they wanted, but that's the weirdest looking back arrow I've ever seen. So now we return back to our active document. Number 7, with the table still selected, on the table design tab, borders group, borders button arrow, borders gallery, and borders and shading. All right, let's go get there. Let's go there first before we do anything more. Okay, borders button. Table design, borders, borders button. And you've got all sorts of options down here, but they are interested, if I'm not mistaken, in borders and shading, borders and shading. You've got borders, page borders, and shading. Great. Now, in the borders and shading dialog box, you've got the 3 tabs. We're going to stay on the borders tab, and in the setting, we're going to select custom and style. So let's do this. Custom and thick upper line and thin lower line. So let's go back over here. Custom. The reason they want us to use custom is it allows you control. Do you want to use the left margin or the right border, the left border, in the middle, the top, the bottom, you name it. You get to put anything you like together. There's no preset or predefined anything. We're going it alone, folks. Okay, so under the style, thick upper line and thin lower line. I think I can handle this. So style and scroll, scroll, scroll. Thick upper and thick lower. What color, what width, and where do we want to put it? 3 questions I need answered. Okay. Preview, right point at the top border, and click one time. So what they're saying is we want it to be up here. And if we want to do a similar effect, what they're most likely going to be asking us to do is to do another style, but it'll be a thin line at the top and the thick line underneath. But I don't know that for sure. I better make sure I should actually make sure I know what I'm doing. Under style, the opposite style, thin upper line, thick lower line, preview, and the bottom. Some of the stuff just, it makes so much sense, doesn't it? Thin upper line, thick lower line, and the bottom. Not bad. Yeah, it really, sometimes it just kind of flows together. Quite often in this book, I want to throw it out the window, but today, this book and I are friends. For now. Okay, is there anything else I need to do? Nope, nope, and nope. So I'm going to click on the OK. And there you go. Now I've got my screen zoomed out, so you're not going to see it quite yet, but it looks pretty darn good. Okay, and save. Of course it's saved. Why would it be anything else? If my computer dies right now, not the end of the world. It just means that I've got it already saved. I might lose a couple of minutes, but I'm not going to lose everything. Alrighty. So active. Oh, I got notes here. There are different ways to do this. Which do you prefer? I don't know. We'll see. Now we are going to use Microsoft Editor in a table. Ugh. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't like this part, but I guess we got to do it no matter what. Click anywhere in the text Monroe del Olmo, and there's only a small amount of space between the upper border and the first line of text. On the left-hand side end of the ribbon, we're going to go to Layout again, Paragraph again. Spacing before is 6. So let's go to Monroe first. Yeah, it's pretty close. So Monroe, Layout tab, Paragraph group, and 6 before is 6. All right. Yep, it's coming together. Click to position the insertion point to the left of the M in Monroe. Review tab, proofing, editor, and editor. Okay. The Microsoft Editor is a compilation of the spelling, it's the thesaurus, it's readability, it's grammar. It's all kind of combined into one area. So we're going to go to the left of the letter M. Why there? Because anything we do, we want to incorporate everything from the left of the letter M all the way through our table. We want everything to be considered for spelling, grammar, thesaurus, you name it. So then we're going to go to, is it review? Yes, it is. And there's the editor. You have the editor pane on the right, and you will, I don't know, some of you like it, some of you won't. And it gives you everything. There's one spelling according to this. Their grammar is good. That's a first for me. Clarity is excellent. Conciseness, everything looks good. Everything sounds good. There's no errors. So the only thing they're saying to us possibly is spelling. And the spelling is in the end of the linked in hyperlink. And we either want to, we probably just want to add it to our list of spelling, but let's see. They may just say, oh, yeah, let's see what they want to do. So we've done that. We've had a look at it. It's 93. Everything looks terrific. And Mac tip in the proofing area, spelling and grammar, open the spelling and grammar. And I'm trying to find something interesting here, guys. Check the spelling and grammar can vary across different Office products. Yes. The editor command might only be spelling and grammar, and the flagged items may be different. The editor command in Microsoft Word is an evolving feature because it's considered an assistant that powers spelling, grammar, and other intelligent writing suggestions. Odds are this is where we're going to start seeing the AI. Therefore, over time, the editor pane may differ in layout and in types of offered suggestions. So as it evolves and learns from us, and as it evolves as an assistant, we're going to see different stuff appear. So in the editor pane, correction spelling, and we want to ignore it. We don't want to make it correct. We just want to ignore it. So right mouse click and ignore. Why is there no ignore once? Yeah, here we go. Ignore once. Finished reviewing your editor suggestions. Okay. Anything else to do there? I don't think so. Blah, 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 blah. Typically, items in bulleted lists and other items on a resume do not include a period at the end. However, Word's editor feature may flag them for review. I've already mentioned that to you, and you're gonna see that. It's just a thing. If the readability statistic dialog box displays, close it. And close off the editor pane. So I guess it's not as terrible and dramatic and dire as I suggested it was. And close, file, print, display the print preview, and compare our screen. Now before we do that, I'm going to go back to our document. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the file with the correct name. Right now, it's new blank document. And if you notice up here, let's just do one more quick save. And once you've saved it, it says save to PC. It says when we make a change, you'll see that change. So the name, what is it we want to call this? Course. I go down to the next page. I don't know I can do this. Nope, I can't. Last name, first name, something. And I'm not going to waste your time. $1.99. Ah, look at me. It's going to be called Word Resume something. Alrighty, we're going to call it Student Word Resume only because I can't get to the other page and I really should have had copied and pasted ahead of time. Oh well. So we're going to go here. Now you guys are just going to be watching this because we want to see what happens when we save the file with a new name with the footer down here. So File, Save As. I think it's supposed to be something along the line of first name, last name, Word to a resume. I'm just going to put my initials on the end. I'm going to click on Save. Saved up here, but we hasn't saved down here. All is not lost. Okay, again, I'm only demonstrating this for you guys. You don't need to do it. So I'm going to go in here, right mouse click, update, and there you go. Double click to get outside of it. Nice. Okay. Now I am seriously regretting doing this. Oh, good. We're getting close there. And that. We've done the merge. Okay. So the only way can I do this for me or no? Nope. All right, I am not going to waste your time. I am going to pause this. All right, now that's a bit clunky. I am on the right page. So that what they want us to do, of course, we've done the spell corrections. And then we're going to go to the File tab, Print, Footer is done. I've shown you what it looks like. And then we're going to go to Info. In the tags, we're going to type in resume and word table. This is going to be not pretty. So file, info, tax, properties, again, show all properties. Anywho, I can't get down to show all properties, so you're going to have to imagine, if you can, I've actually gone in and I've added word to the subject. So I'm going to right mouse click. Come on. Remove. DE. This is a terrible one. Oh well. Added it. Is there anything else? Nope. And we're going to save it and close it.